Now, the two-hand attack from the rear almost always is done in association with another person coming from the front. The two-hand grab from the rear, once again, is at about shoulder level. The person locks on. This usually occurs in situations where you have loose clothing, like a loose jacket, loose fitting jacket, or even a loose shirt. No one's going to do it to you if you're wearing a t-shirt, just as an example. If he grabs at my rear from with two hands, the first element you need to have understanding of is that it's very easy to get out of this. It just depends what you want to do. For example, we have the crane tilt. This is a crane technique where one shoulder dips lower than the other. And the tilt alone releases the grab or dissipates the strength of the grab. Once again, the crane tilt. Watch how one shoulder dips low while my other shoulder goes high. In that case he released, but I still got targets if I need to follow up defectors or my opponents. Sometimes the opponent will hang on with full strength. In that case, you've completely tied up his arms. You've got the groin, you've got hit butts, you've got the vital targets. Not a whole lot he can do. He's really locked. Try to get out. See, it's a good tie-up technique. Variation. Underneath, hit low, hit high. Variation, grabbing at the top of the shoulder, hitting low, stepping in, hitting low, and hitting high over the top, taking him down. Going underneath, stepping to the side, putting him into an arm bar. I'm underneath, getting my arm up to the pressure point for arm bar, which we discussed in the previous tape, and dropping him down, keeping his arm pinned to my shoulder. I'm going to put him into a wrist lock. I'm going to take his right hand, put it into a wrist lock. I tilt. Watch how my left hand comes across the top. Does the wrist release, puts him into a locked position. As he grabs, I do the wrist lock, and I do a reinforced wrist lock using one hand, just basically overextending his wrist, elbow, and shoulder joint. Shoulder level, you've got two open targets. Right underneath, 1 and 2. 1, 2. Using your feet to help you out. You got the donkey kick. In. 1, 2. Okay, using a straightaway back kick into a knee joint. Now you know where this guy's knee joint is at because he's right there behind you. If you move at all, you can sense his shoe. You go right to his knee joint. Take him down. Look at what happens down at foot level. If you put the camera down to the ground, he's grabbing me. The toes are always available in these situations. Stomp into the instep. Crippling technique, one of the most painful points on a male's body. With either foot. And you can do multiple stomps with either foot. Or you can do a relaxed kind of knee pressure without really trying to take him down, just moving him away from you until he releases. Those are all possibilities. He grabs you, you can actually sweep him down to the ground by using a dragon's tail. Just popping him down to the ground in front of you. Very clean technique. That's a pure gun fu technique. Now there are throws out of this position. The throws are quite vicious. I'll just demonstrate one for you as an example. To set this up, we'll do it at a slight angle in this direction. He grabs. A shoulder throw as an example, lifting him up on his toes, using pressure point. Up on my shoulder and over the top.